Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how I take my art from looking like this to looking like this. Before we get into the video, I'm first going to show you all the pens and tools we're going to use. I'm doing this in Clip Studio Paint, but I think you can find similar tools in other programs as well. First, I'm laying down all the base colors, and as you can see I make some of the colors a bit brighter than they were in the reference picture. I do this because I find it gives the art more vibrance and life. Also, the shading later is going to make the colors look a little bit darker than they were originally. Now it's time to add shadows to the drawing. We're going to pick a cooler and a darker color. I first lay down a sharp color and then blur the ends of it. I do the blurring as I go, but you can lay down all the sharp colors and then blur afterwards if you want. If you don't know where to put the shadows, I suggest you look up a reference image of the lighting you want. And I use pretty much the same method for all skin colors. Although I only have two in this video to demonstrate, I would do the same for darker or lighter skin. One thing to keep in mind when drawing darker skin is that the palms of the hand are a lighter color than the rest of the body due to a lack of melanin on the palms. For any white part, I pick a cool blue color. I find that it's better than doing a gray because gray can make the art look muddy. Here I edited the placement of the ear. It's kind of finicky when you already have the base colors down, but it's possible. Now onto the eyes, lay down a very dark color at the top and then a big circle in the middle. I put rings around the big circle in the middle. I think it defines it a little bit more and adds a little bit more depth. Then I make a small circle in the middle of the big circle as a pupil, and I add a little bit purple on the top. Then I add a dark ring around the iris just to make it pop. Lastly, for the eye we're going to add some reflections. You can do any shape you want, this is just the one I prefer. For the hair I add one dark color around all the edges. You can see kind of how I place it and the method. Then I'm going to take a slightly lighter color and put it in bigger sections over the dark ones. I put it on darker mode, this prevents it from lightening any of the darker colors we had. Then I'm going to blur the ends of these shadows. Now I'm using the preset I had in the beginning to add some hair highlights. I'm adding some deeper shadows in the corners. I also made a step-by-step tutorial you can screenshot and use as a reference. For clothing, I use the same technique as earlier, but I keep in mind the clothing has folds. I do the same on both loose and tight clothing. I suggest you look at the reference image from Google or Pinterest to see how the folds would look on the specific type of clothing item. Now I'm doing some finishing touches by adding some overlay layers in the shadows and brightening some parts. I also added some skin color over the bangs just to add some transparency. I like to flatten the image and put it over itself as an overlay layer to add more contrast to the image. And that's it, we're done. I hope you liked the video. Bye!